You know what's wild? A single piece of iron with a handle. Yes, that awkward cannonball-shaped thing can get you more jacked than some fancy gym machines. Forget the fancy equipment, glowing treadmills, and complicated cable stacks. Today, we're diving into the raw, primal, and ridiculously effective world of kettlebells. And if you stick with me, you'll not only discover how this workout can get you crazy jacked, but you'll also see why sometimes the simplest tools build the most legendary physiques. Now let's jump right in with our first exercise, the kettlebell swing. The kettlebell swing isn't just an exercise, it's like an explosion disguised as a workout move. Imagine channeling the raw power of a sprinter's stride, a boxer's punch, and a powerlifter's hip drive, all condensed into one move. That's the swing. What makes it so effective is how it lights up your posterior chain, your hamstrings, glutes, lower back, and core. These muscles aren't just for looking good in jeans, they're your body's engine. A strong posterior chain means you run faster, jump higher, and stand taller. Now, here's where it gets crazy. The kettlebell swing doesn't just build strength, it also cranks up your conditioning like a rocket launch. Each rep makes your heart rate spike, turning strength training into a cardio blast. It's like sneaking a sprint workout into your lifting session without ever leaving the spot. And for muscle growth, the eccentric loading on your hamstrings and glutes builds thickness, while the explosive drive adds density to your physique, giving you that powerful look instead of just being lean. To execute the kettlebell swing, keep your chest tall, hinge at the hips, grip the bell like it owes you money, and snap your hips forward with authority. Imagine launching the kettlebell forward with your hips, not your arms. Your arms are just hooks. Your hips are the engine. The final exercise is one that even hardcore kettlebell enthusiasts often skip or don't even know exists. Spoiler, it's way more fun than you'd expect. Now that your lower body feels like it just went through a jet engine, let's flip things upside down. What happens when you take that raw power and push it against gravity? I'm talking about the kettlebell overhead press. Pressing something heavy overhead isn't just about shoulders, it's about claiming territory against gravity itself. The kettlebell overhead press builds capped, round deltoids, sure, but it also calls your triceps, traps, and upper chest into battle. The magic, though, is in the kettlebell's shape. Unlike a dumbbell, the weight sits behind your wrist, demanding insane stability. Every press forces your rotator cuff and smaller stabilizers to wake up like over-caffeinated interns on their first day. Over time, that means healthier shoulders and bulletproof joints. But the benefits go deeper. Pressing overhead trains you to create full body tension. Your core has to brace, your glutes have to squeeze, and your feet root into the floor like tree roots. This isn't just shoulder work, it's a full body symphony with your delts as the conductor. To do the kettlebell overhead press correctly, keep your wrist stacked directly over your elbow. Press in a slight arc so the bell ends locked out above your head. And don't forget to breathe. Exhale as you push. Inhale as you lower. Imagine you're not just lifting a kettlebell, but pushing the ceiling away. Hang tight, because in a few minutes, I'm dropping a full workout plan that combines all these moves into one crazy effective routine. You don't want to miss it. We've pushed the ceiling away, but now it's time to see what happens when you try to reel the floor closer. For that, we need the kettlebell row. Rows are the antidote to modern posture. All day we hunch forward, at desks, on phones, even when eating tacos. The kettlebell row is your ticket back to standing tall and broad. This move builds the lats, rhomboids, traps, and even your biceps. But here's the kicker. The offset handle of the kettlebell makes it harder than a dumbbell row. Your grip is tested, your forearms scream, and your stabilizers in the shoulder have no choice but to adapt. Over time, this gives you that wide, V-tapered back that screams athlete more than any bench press ever will. Beyond looks, a strong back means more power in every other lift. Presses, squats, and pulls all benefit. Think of your back as the scaffolding that holds the skyscraper of your body upright. To do this exercise effectively, plant your non-working hand on your knee or a bench. Hinge forward slightly and pull the kettlebell toward your hip, not your chest. Keep your elbow close, squeeze your back at the top, and lower with control. Each rep is like carving granite into the shape of a superhero cape. By the way, friends, if you want a complete blueprint to build muscle and fuel your body right, check out my workout and nutrition ebooks. They're packed with step-by-step plans that go way beyond what I can cover here. Link in the description. Moving on to our next exercise, we got the kettlebell goblet squat. If the swing is explosive chaos, the goblet squat is controlled power. Holding the kettlebell at your chest, you instantly feel your core light up like a Christmas tree. This isn't just a leg exercise, it's a total body stabilizer challenge. Your quads take the brunt, but your glutes, hamstrings, and calves all fire. Meanwhile, your upper back works overtime to keep your chest tall and your abs clamped down to prevent tipping forward. The goblet squat is also a natural teacher. It forces perfect squat mechanics. Struggle with depth? The kettlebell counterbalances you, letting you drop lower while staying upright. Struggle with knee pain? The goblet squat shifts the load into your hips, reducing joint stress. And here's the aesthetic payoff: bigger quads, fuller glutes, and a tighter midsection. To perform the goblet squat, hold the kettlebell close, elbows tucked in, feet shoulder width apart, and sit between your knees. Don't let them cave in. Push the floor away as you stand tall. Think chest proud, hips down, drive up. Now that the legs are on fire and the core is humming, what happens when we flip back to the floor and press iron from the ground up? I'm talking about the kettlebell floor press. The floor press might not look glamorous. It's you lying down after all, but don't underestimate it. This move is a chest, triceps, and shoulder sculptor. By pressing from the floor, you limit the range of motion, protecting your shoulders while still loading the muscles heavily. The kettlebell adds its own twist. The offset weight demands stability, forcing your chest fibers to contract harder than with a barbell. You'll notice your triceps light up too, since they take over as you lock out. But here's the sneaky benefit. Pressing from the floor teaches you to engage your lats as stabilizers. That means better pressing strength across the board. And when you stand up, you'll notice thicker pecs, stronger triceps, and shoulders that actually feel healthier, not cranky. To execute the kettlebell floor press, lie flat, knees bent, kettlebells gripped securely, elbows tucked at about 45 degrees. Press upward, keeping your wrists stacked and lower with control until your triceps kiss the floor. Think press strong, lower slow. Now it's time for the exercise that most kettlebell enthusiasts either skip or don't even know exists: the kettlebell halo. At first glance, the kettlebell halo looks almost ceremonial, like you're crowning yourself with iron, but behind the ritual is pure shoulder health gold. The halo moves the kettlebell around your head in a circular path, forcing your shoulders, traps, and upper back to stabilize in every angle. This isn't about brute strength, it's about mobility, control, and armor. You're literally bulletproofing your shoulders by moving them through ranges of motion they rarely see under load. Over time, this builds resilience, fewer aches, better posture, and stronger overhead lifts. And yes, your arms and delts still grow because stabilizers adapt and thicken too. The halo also lights up your core, since you have to resist twisting while the bell moves around your head. To do it right, hold the kettlebell by the horns, keep it close to your head, and circle smoothly. Don't rush. Go both directions to stay balanced. Think of it as polishing your armor before battle. Now that you've unlocked swings, presses, pulls, squats, and halos, how do you put it all together into something that actually transforms your physique? Don't worry, I got you covered. Here's a simple but devastatingly effective plan. Train 3 to 4 days a week, alternating between 2 full-body workouts, Workout A and Workout B. For Workout A, perform kettlebell swings, 4 sets of 15 reps, goblet squats, 4 sets of 10 reps, and kettlebell floor press, 3 sets of 12 reps. For Workout B, do overhead presses, 4 sets of 8 reps, rows, 4 sets of 10 reps per side, and halos, 3 sets of 12 slow circles each way. Rest 60 to 90 seconds between sets and keep the weights challenging but controlled. While kettlebell training is an amazing way to transform your body, I know some of you might not have access to kettlebells or any equipment. Don't worry, I've got you covered. Check out the video popping up on the screen right now. It explains everything.